Me and my girlfriend are planning to get married next year. She's a green card holder. Then she'll petition me and apply for the spouse visa. That could take roughly another year. So overall, the time it would take for me to be able to be approved is roughly 2 to 3 years. I am planned to apply in an agency. My dilemma is if it's better to wait for my spouse visa processing, or should I apply to an agency while waiting? Maria.
Well, you know, that it's an interesting question. One thing I didn't mention about the visa bulletin is the spouse is a green card holder in this case, right?
So the spouse, yes, is a green card holder.
Yeah. So when the green card holder applies for their spouse, they're in the family-based 2A category, which traditionally has about an 18 to 24-month backlog. Mm-hmm. But in the last few months, including November, it's current. There's no backlog at all. The only problem is processing times. If somebody marries a spouse and they're legally in the U.S., let's say they're on a student visa or on a work visa or something like that, then you know they can apply for their green card right now and get a work card, get adjustment of status. But of course, if the person's outside the U.S. and they marry a permanent resident, it's not like there's a backlog. It's just that there's processing time. The spouse has to file a petition for them. It goes to the National Visa Center. Then they get their appointment at the U.S. Embassy abroad, and all that could take, you know, a year or more. So they may want to consider the fact that that 2A category may not stay current very much longer. Mm-hmm. So there's no problem. People always get mixed up, but there's no problem in being sponsored by a relative and by an employer at the same time. Right. And then it becomes like a horse race. Whichever one is faster, that's the one you get a green card with. So
just to clarify, so there's no problem to do 2 sponsorship routes at the same time?
Or 3.
Or 3, yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's important to know, because this is a common question that we often get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people always get confused. They just don't understand that it's possible. There's no conflict at all.
So just to sum up on that question, if this particular nurse went the route of the sponsorship through marriage to his green card holder, how long, if it was today, how long would it take? And the next question I've actually got is, if I'm sponsored today, how long would it take? I was born in the Philippines. So we can actually do 2 questions in one.
Well, the thing is, see, the visa bulletin, a lot of people look at it and they think it's like a prediction for how long they're going to take to get a green card. Oh, the nurse category is backed up 18 months, so it'll take me 18 months to get a green card. But actually, the visa bulletin is looking back in time, not forward in time. What they're saying is, oh, if you applied 18 months ago from November 2019, you go back 18 months, now you can get your green card interview today in November. It doesn't mean that going forward it's going to be absolutely 18 months. It'll probably be less than that. Now, the 2A category, it's the first time in all the decades I've been practicing that I've ever seen the 2A category be current. Mm-hmm. So I would say probably, you know, if people do not marry their boyfriend or girlfriend who's a green card holder and apply, probably in a year or so, it'll go back to the 18 to 24 months that it's been in the past. So I would not rely on that for, you know, to predict how long the green card's going to take in the future.
Yeah, I think, Carl, you made the key point about if the person's in the U.S. here, then they can file the adjustment. That might be the faster route because they could get the work card and the travel card while they're waiting. But if they're outside the U.S., as you said, that's going to not necessarily take longer as far as the processing, but by the time the I-130 is approved, that F2A category may no longer be current, which then would take longer as they're waiting. So I think that's probably the key point there, right? Is if they're in the U.S. or not, what option might be better or faster timing-wise.
And I think that's where people get confused all the time. They don't understand that it's important to make the distinction if they're here or abroad.
Right.
Yeah.